Good morning and welcome to News First, Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, very good morning and welcome to News First Prime Time Sunrise on the 16th of January 2015 with me, Sharon Silva. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Solution arrived at to the conflict for the position of SLFP chairman, President Maithripala Sirisena, to be handed over leadership of the party. A group of asylum seekers at an Australian-run facility, including Sri Lankans, engaged in a hunger strike. An investigation on the light aircraft found in Narahempita handed over to the CCD. Senior co-chairman of the SLFP, A.H.M. Fauzi, states that the necessary steps to transfer the leadership of the SLFP from former President Mahinda Rajapaksa to President Maithripala Sirisena will take place today when the Central Committee of the SLFP convenes. A.H.M. Fauzi added that those members who left the party will be reinstated during this meeting.
The President held discussions with the former President yesterday. The former President has agreed to hand over the chairmanship of the party to the current President. Further discussions will be held and the 6 members whose membership was cancelled for leaving the party will be reinstated. The Central Committee will decide to appoint President Maithripala Sirisena as the leader of the SLFP. Subsequent to this, the All-Island Committee meeting will be held at 3:45 p.m. They will approve the decision taken by the Central Working Committee. This decision was taken unanimously upon the agreement of all members of the Central Working Committee.
Australian human rights groups state that close to 500 asylum seekers at an Australian-run facility in Papua New Guinea have gone on a hunger strike. Citing the Commission in charge of refugee matters, the BBC reports that several protesters are said to have sewn their lips shut.
Although the Australian government has claimed that the protest was a peaceful one, reports state that those engaging in the protest have refused to eat. According to the BBC World Service, several Sri Lankans are said to be amongst those engaging in the hunger strike. According to an agreement signed with the Australian government, the government of Papua New Guinea maintains the facility for illegal asylum seekers in exchange for several $1 million in payment. However, reports state that no plans have been made to settle those asylum seekers who have been housed at this facility.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has convened a special discussion to be held with the ministers of the UNP. Issuing a communique, the Prime Minister's office stated that the discussion will be held at Temple Trees. Cabinet ministers, state ministers and deputy ministers have been called for the meeting. In other local news, an unknown group has assaulted 2 employees of the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital last evening. The police media spokesperson's office stated that a dispute between 2 parties had led to the incident.
Our correspondent stated that the 2 attendants of the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital were injured in the incident that took place last evening and that one of them is in serious condition. The police stated that the injured are currently receiving in-house treatment at the hospital. The police added that a group of 5 unknown individuals who had arrived in a motor vehicle had carried out the attack. The vehicle the group had travelled in has been taken into police custody. The police further added that investigations to identify the perpetrators are currently underway.
On to another story that made the headlines this morning. Now, the investigation of the light aircraft found at the Narahempita Economic Centre has been handed over to the Colombo Crimes Division.
Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana stated that the investigation activities were handed over to the CCD on the instructions of the Inspector General of Police. The main objective of the investigation is to establish ownership of the craft and to whom it was handed over. The office of the police media spokesperson said that the discovery was made by the Narahempita police after information came to light that a certain group has attempted to move the plane. The police added that the light aircraft is a 2-seater and that it was in a dilapidated state.
The police say that a number of instances of post-election violence have been reported. We now have police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana to elaborate on the situation.
We have received total number of 475 complaints since the day of notification of the presidential election to date. and the election period is ending today. Especially during the post-election period, we have received 75 complaints, 75 to 80 complaints out of 475. We have arrested over 230 suspects in connection with the offences related to election violence and election no violence, including 25 politicians. We had arrested 2 ex-deputy ministers, a provincial council minister, 7 chairman or the mayor of local government authorities, and provincial council member, and another 15 members of Pradeshya Sabha, so municipal council. We have identified these suspects in connection with 22 cases, and we have deployed police officers in order to arrest suspects. And we are taking a stern action against the perpetrators who have been involved in election violence, irrespective of their status. We have deployed special police teams in this connection.
Well, there you go. That's a look at this edition of News First Primetime Sunrise. It was a pleasure having you with us, and hope you have a great day ahead.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.